all things Randi at RandiRhodes.com.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randi Rhodes Show.
All right, here she is talking to that said woman, okay?
Well,
And
I'll
this
just
is
tell you
after.
what I'm hearing from people who I have been talking to, and that is that if her goal was to close the deal, they're not sure she did that. And, you know, some people have asked, is she being held to a different standard? Maybe.
Maybe.
But that's maybe the world that she's living in.
She's living in that world. Dana, listen, Van Jones actually nailed it, okay? This is just, obvious to anybody who's watching this, okay?
Look, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are not taking the same exam.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it bothers people.
It does.
They're not taking the same exam.
No.
He gets to be lawless.
Yes.
She has to be flawless.
Yes.
That's what's unfair.
Well,
That's what's unfair. That's what's unfair tonight. That's what's unfair tonight. They're not taking the same exam. Look, she has policies. She may not articulate them perfectly every time. She may not put the stories in the right places, but she's fighting for actual ideas that will help real people. And he's talking about people's penises. And so they are not taking the same exam, and that's pissing people off. It's pissing me off.
Well, and I'm also
It's
old
making
enough
you
to
angry,
remember
but-
that if your fiscal plans were actually said to bankrupt the Social Security Trust Fund in sooner years, Donald Trump's, that would be a campaign-destroying issue. But we just gloss over things with Donald Trump.
Yes, and that is the absolute unvarnished truth. And they know it over there at the CNN. They know. I mean, that's Alyssa Farah. Alyssa Farah worked in the Trump White House. She sees the way the media, treats him with kid gloves. This felon, this guy. There's a list today. Okay, I think Mark Jacobs at Midas Touch put it together. I stuck it in the homework. It's 200 reasons for you to vote against Donald Trump. 200 affirmative things that have happened, which should preclude anybody who cares for this country, anybody who says they love America, anybody who thinks that the country should come before the party should read this list. 200 reasons not to vote for him. And the first one, he attacked his own country. Okay? He literally called a mob to fight like hell, or you won't have a country anymore. And during the fight, he sat there and did nothing to stop the violence. Literally watched it on TV. And it was a complete dereliction of duty if it is to be believed that he did not intend for them to do violence that day. If he's to be believed that he, because he gave a little disclaimer in there where he said, try to be peaceful or whatever, after this raucous speech about you have to fight like hell or you're not going to have a country anymore. And I hope Mike Pence does the right thing. I hope he does, So that's reason number one. Then there are 199 other reasons. One of them, I don't even know if it's on this list because, I made it like through 9, 10, 11, 12 pages of this, okay? And they're all good reasons. They're all valid reasons. They're all serious reasons. Like, he grabs women inappropriately, like by the, and brags about it. That is disqualifying. That he's a felon. This is my reason. He's a felon. He can't even join the military, but he could be commander-in-chief in this here country. I mean, it's so bizarre. It's so crazy what's going on here. That he bankrupted farmers in a fake faux trade war with China. I mean, just like a million reasons. But, now up at the top of the list is everyone who ever worked for him says he is fascist to the core. Okay, I don't think that's on this list. It could be. It could be on page 25. This list goes on and on and on and on. Remember, this is a guy who told 30,000 lies. 30,000 documented lies. And people are like, I don't care. I don't know how much THC has been in their lives along the way or alcohol content or I don't know what's rotted people's brains in this here country. I don't know if it's, your standard propaganda effect. I don't know if this is like why, he's deploying propaganda against the American people because he saw it work in many countries prior, in times gone by. And Elon Musk, oh my God, Elon Musk is a propaganda meister. Okay, that's what he is. And we just had the Department of Justice had to warn Elon Musk not about the thing that is most offensive about him, which is, that doughy white belly of his that is exposed every time he's up on stage with Donald Trump, jumping up and down like a weird rabbit. I don't even know what his deal is, okay? Or that he's got, 11 kids by 5 baby mamas. Donald Trump's got 5 kids by 3 baby mamas. And they're sitting there last night talking at a Christian nationalist, white Christian nationalist, by the way, rally saying that we on the opposite side of Donald Trump, anybody who's against Donald Trump, we represent everything God hates. Are you freaking kidding me? So anyway, the DOJ did not warn him about his doughy belly. No. And for me, that's the most offensive part of Elon Musk. That and the, whole thing that he did with the, X and turned it into a sewer. And that he spreads lies on that thing all day, every day. And that his algorithm doesn't show me what I want. His algorithm shows me what he wants me to see. That's the dangerous thing about it, okay? But the Department of Justice warned him about paying people to register to vote, to say you could win $1 million. Every day he'll give away $1 million to a registered voter in a swing state, which is, dangling incentives for people who normally don't register to vote or vote in a swing state to register. And they're warning him that is, you're walking it right up to the questionable law-breaking line there, Elon. So you might notice, like today, he's not giving away $1 million. You might notice that. You might notice going forward, he's not going to give $1 million away. But, it's just the reason why I don't get like all my panties in a bunch about that is because people with money give $50 million to Kamala Harris. So I don't want to be like some sort of a hypocrite just because he's a doughy asshat, which he is, and say, oh, he's bribing people. You know what? I think if I gave $50 million to anybody, they would have a special place in their heart and mind about anything I felt or said after that. So that's what the money's for, okay? Actually, the money is to buy ads, but that's what $50 million will get you. Okay, there's no question about it. So it's pretty damn disgusting. But here you have a patently insane man, a man who is arrogant, who's mean. Cruelty is the point of almost everything he says and does, going in front of a white nationalist audience last night and saying out loud, this just gagged me, that the people who are here legally, living and working hard in Springfield, Ohio, and making Ohio great again, they are Haitians that have migrated here and are here under temporary protected status. Now, you may not like that there's temporary protected status in our law, but there is. And so they're here legally. That's just a fact. And Donald Trump told this white nationalist audience last night, they have to go. They have to go. They're ruining Ohio. They're ruining Springfield. And you know exactly what kind of racist crap he was, spreading there.
They're eating the pets.
That kind of stuff, okay, about those same people. It's fascist. It's ugly. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.